about to kick off, this party looks whack. Let's take it back to straight hip-hop and start it from scratch. I'm about to bloody this jack up every...
What's up, everybody? It's your boy AJ here, getting a brand new car. That's gonna be mine. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm broke as a joke. Now you know I can't afford anything like that. Now, maybe in a couple years, but right now, I want to get focused on my $4 or $5 million plan. You know, right now I got about 4 or 5 million people watching. Not to brag or anything, but you know, I just bring in that loot. You know, 4 or 5 million people ain't bad. You know, ain't bad. I've only been doing this shit for a while. Ain't bad though. Let's see, I gotta pop this up in front of my car. You know what I mean? I gotta run so they don't catch me. Anyway, let's take one last bad look at that shit. And then all these other cars I don't care about. I don't care about these cars at all. Anyway, this is Melee Wednesday. I am here trying to talk to everyone about UFC, but I keep getting distracted with all these cars, especially that car right there. This is my baby. And I'm just kidding. I'm broke, like I keep saying. Anyway, so, talk about UFC. You know, you have Ben Askren, Damian Maia. Damian Maia won, 3rd round, submission. A lot of people thought that was going to be a boring fight, but it wasn't. And a lot of people thought that, hey, Ben Askren could control him. He's a wrestler. Turns out Damian Maia controlled the pace of the fight. And this just shows how good Damian Maia is, because he fought 3 wrestlers. Colby Covington, Kamaru Usman, Tyron Woodley. I gotta run. Anyway, they did not attempt one takedown on him, mainly because of how good he is on the ground. Mainly because he took a lot. I'm about to go in this car, by the way. Alright, so many people are like, hey, you know, they didn't take him to the ground. Well, because Damian Maia is so good on the ground, why would they take him to the ground? So that's why Tyron Woodley didn't take him down. That's why nobody took him down. So I gotta hide in here. So that's part of the reason why. For those who don't know, Damian Maia is a high-level jiu-jitsu black belt. You know, he won a lot of tournaments. You know, a lot of people are very scared to go to the ground. He's very dangerous. Has the most submission wins in the history of the UFC. And a lot of people are like, well, if he's such a jiu-jitsu expert and Ben Askren's a wrestler, why is Ben Askren going to take him down? Mainly because Ben Askren don't really know the accolades of Damian Maia, I suppose. I don't know. He took him down, got submitted. But it's the nature of the fight, you know. Ben Askren's now 1-2. He really should be 0-3. I don't think he should have beat Robbie Lawler. Herb Dean should have stopped that fight when Lawler was punching his face in. And then Damian Maia, you know, he's on a big win streak. He even beat Jorge Masvidal 2 years ago. Masvidal, who's fighting for the BMF title this Saturday night in New York. But, you know, a lot of people are like, hey, you know, Ben Askren should retire. He's old. He basically came out of retirement looking for this fight, looking for fights in the UFC period. I think it is time for him to hang it up. You know, it is very much, you know, he has nothing else to prove. You know, he proves that he can't hang with the best fighters in the UFC, which is true. And, you know, all in all, just needs to hang it up, you know. It's a great time to see him fight in the UFC. He got to test his skills. Just hang it up, though. You know, it was a good fight. Ben Askren was able to take him down. Damian Maia was able to land some good punches. It was a better fight than I thought it was going to be. You know, Damian Maia, especially, he controlled the stand-up game. He controlled the top game. And he was able to reverse Ben Askren in round 3. But, however, in my eyes, I did have Ben Askren winning the fight so far with his takedowns and Maia landing a couple big punches. They weren't enough to win the rounds, but they were enough to definitely stun Ben Askren and to get his attention. But all in all, the high-level jiu-jitsu of Maia was able to secure him the rear naked choke victory, was able to reverse Ben Askren, and able to get the choke and the tap. So there you guys have it. I'm really excited about this upcoming Saturday. You have Ben Askren, who lost to Jorge Masvidal. You have Maia, who beat Jorge Masvidal. Shows the evolution of Jorge Masvidal and how good of a fighter Masvidal is, who is fighting this Saturday against Nate Diaz for the BMF championship, the first ever. You know, if you want to learn more about that fight, go check out my rap. It was in my old videos at Masvidal Diaz rap 305 versus 209. I better get out of this car. I gotta be quiet. Shh. That was close. That was close. Alright guys, that's Melee Wednesdays. Maia got the win against Ben Askren. Check out the fight if you haven't watched it. It'll be worth your while. It's your boy AJM. I gotta make it out before they catch me trying to get one of these cars before time to buy one of these cars, man. It's your boy AJ.